one team we know where the quarterback can really play is the Green Bay Packers. And, Key, you got them in the top 5 of draft winners, even after not getting, as usual, not getting Aaron Rodgers a target in the first round. Why the Packers as one of the winners, and can any of the receivers they got, be that check mark for Aaron Rodgers right now?
The interesting thing for me is I could have put them at 1, 2, or 3. I just happen to have them at 3 and the Ravens at 2 and the Jets at 1. When you think about Quay Walker, the inside linebacker that they selected, you talk about him, right? And you say to yourself, well, why would they need a linebacker? Well, they've been chasing a linebacker in the inside for years. They've been trying to find that stout inside linebacker for years. We thought when they picked Jordan Love, that would be the year that they would take a linebacker. They did not. When you talk about the big stud defensive tackle in Devontae Wyatt, you put him alongside, he's out of Georgia, you put him alongside Kenny Clark. You talk about Jonathan Ford from Miami, another defensive tackle they selected in the draft. That's just on the defensive side of the ball, where the defense was really good toward the end of the season for Joe Barry. So now you say, well, what about the offensive side? They go out and get Christian Watson from North Dakota State. Many people thought he would have been a late first-round pick, slid into the second round. They grab him. He's fast. He's big. He's strong. His competition level was down, but that doesn't mean anything. If you can catch, you can run. You've been hit, whether you've been hit in Pop Warner or in FCS football or Division V football. It doesn't matter. Power 5, whatever. You can play the position. Then they go out and they get Sean Ryan, a guard tackle on the offensive side of the ball. They say, okay, we're going to shore up whatever little offensive line depth we need. Then they go out and get another guy in Romeo Doubs. Romeo Doubs, 6'2.5", probably a sub 4'4", 215-pound stud of a wide receiver that falls to the 4th round. Probably was an early second-round pick. They've had success in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th rounds of the draft in the past. You think about guys like Greg Jennings. You think about guys like Javon Walker. You think about guys, Javon Walker was taken in the 1st round, but you think about guys like Devontae Adams, a guy in Randall Cobb. They moved from a quarterback spot at Kentucky to a receiver who's been playing.
Watson dudes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just think about all of them. Equinemius. You think about, who else am I thinking about? MVS. You think about all of these receivers that they've taken in the middle rounds that people are like, those guys can't play. Lazard is still there. Lazard is a veteran now. Aaron Rodgers doesn't mind having young wide receivers in the middle of the rounds, but for whatever reason, I think a lot of people on the outside go crazy because they see other teams take receivers in the 1st round and don't have the success that Aaron Rodgers has with middle-of-the-round receivers that go on, quite frankly, to get paid by other teams because of the success that they've had with the quarterback.
But, Key, if you are Aaron Rodgers, if you're 38 years old, what is your patient level with grooming young wide receivers, right? And I know that you have Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard there, right?
You're going year by year now.
Yeah, it gets to a certain point where if your contract is year by year and you're looking for instant results, at 38 years old, well, now I have to wait for a guy like Watson. When will he get familiar with championship levels? Because for us, when we talk about Aaron Rodgers, it's about winning Super Bowls yesterday. It's not about, I got a year or two to let these guys bake.
So who would you be?
I'm not saying who the right pieces are, but you still have to. Don't you have to go out and get a number one? Don't you have to go out and get a guy?
Well, I don't know that Christian Watson won't turn out to be the best receiver in this year's draft, or Romeo Doubs the best receiver in this year's draft. Guess what, Jay? If I put you on the court with Steph Curry, do you think you're going to be better? If I put you on the court with CP3, do you think you're going to be better?
Yeah, but if it's my rookie year, there's still a pretty substantial learning curve.
There's still a substantial learning curve for guys that are veterans when you're coming into a new situation. Right, doesn't matter.
That's different, though, Key. You know what I'm talking about. So you're saying there's no difference between a guy like DK Metcalf, who's been in the league for a substantial amount of time, than a rookie that comes in playing for Aaron Rodgers as it relates to expectations
there is going to be
is
going to be a difference. But if DK Metcalf can only do one thing, which is run straight, and these other guys could do multiple things, I would believe Aaron Rodgers would prefer the guys that could do multiple things opposed to someone who could just run straight.
You know, Christian Watson, if I was a Packers fan, I'd be psyched about that pick because as a fan of a team in the draft, you're like, wait, maybe that dude is the best in the draft, and we didn't have to use a first-round pick on him. And when you see a guy who's tall, fast, can get 50-50 balls, all that kind of stuff, you're like, mess around. If my team is constantly taking guys like that in the second round, and they wind up being sometimes the best receiver in football, I'm like,
I got
take your high
Aaron
first-round
Rodgers
pick.
throwing me the football.
Yeah, it
I
helps.
don't have.
It's a force
I don't
multiplier.
have like Andy Dalton throwing me the ball. I got Aaron freaking Rodgers throwing
if you
him
had
the
Andy
football.
Dalton throwing you the ball, it'd have been the happiest day of your life. What are you talking about? You didn't have any.
No, I'm
quarterbacks
talking
like
about.
Andy
I'm
Dalton.
talking about as a rookie.
I know.
As a rookie, though, it's different, Jay, when you
agree.
got a guy like Aaron Rodgers, because from a scheme standpoint, they can do things to put these young guys in a position to be successful. And on top of that, when you drafting Romeo Doubs out of Nevada, it's cold in Nevada, okay? It's freezing up in wherever they play at. North Dakota State, although they play in a dome, he's in that environment. When he lives there, he's there. He understands what the weather's all about. They're drafting those sort of situations, which makes all the sense in the world, opposed to giving up all those picks to go get a guy like DK Metcalf. There will be no Quay Walker. There will be no Devontae Watt. If you were to give those picks away, you can't strengthen your defense.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.